What is up, my fellow budget travelers? Today I am showing you what I actually used that I packed to go to Dominican Republic with. Most of the time I just bring a backpack. So usually I just fit my whole life into this one right here. This time I was going for like 7 days, and I was also going to New York. I know a lot of times you get excited for a vacation and you just overpack, especially when you have a bag this big. In this video, I'm going to show you what I actually used and why I actually used it. So maybe that'll help you pack for your all-inclusive vacation. Of course, you know you need your toothbrush, and if you have contacts, like I have contact solution, you know, all that kind of stuff. But first up, I have things with allergies, and sometimes it acts up, sometimes it doesn't. So I have like my allergy medicine. And then for being on the plane, I always bring vitamins. I use like the kids Flintstones ones because if it doesn't bother my stomach. I guess I have a sensitive stomach, but I just use the kids vitamins, and it just kind of keeps your immunity boosted while you're on vacation, especially with flying and everything. You don't know who else is in the plane with you, so what kind of germs they have or whatever. So that being said, I do still wear masks in the plane, so don't feel weird being somebody who likes to wear masks in the plane. There's plenty of people doing it, just to throw it out there. And since I did have a bag, most of the time at the resorts, it's going to be like $25 for like a suntan lotion. We're here in the US, it's probably like 15 or something. So if you have the space, definitely pack suntan lotion, because especially going down there as pasty as I was, like this is tan for me. So you can only imagine how pasty I was when I went down. I had to like slather on the lotion. I also always like pack a lotion with me. I just used it, so it's in the other room. I just realized a lot of the stuff is still not in the bag because I do use it for my day-to-day life. So regular body lotion, especially with like vitamin E and shea oil, or if you want to bring something with like aloe vera in it in case you burn. A lot of times at the resorts, they just give you that like tiny little like body lotion bottle, and you're going to go through that in one day. So unless you want to keep bothering them for like a new one every day, I just bring like a big thing of lotion, especially when I pack a bag like this. And that way I have plenty of lotion for my whole trip, because it's all about that moisturization. Because if you don't moisturize, you're going to get those little flakes and you're going to peel, and it just becomes a mess. So I did have this lotion. Honestly, this was one of those like hand-me-downs that a friend got me for a birthday one year, and it's just kind of like body glitter, but it's a lotion. So at night I would put it on my legs and on my arms, and it just kind of gave me an extra little tropical like breeze.
Wow.
As far as perfume goes, that's up to you, but I hate mosquitoes, and mosquitoes love perfume. So I just bring these little like whatever I get travel samples. Like this one was like a Michael Kors, I think. No, this one is like a Tom Ford random. I don't know where I got it, honestly, but it's one of those, you get it when you're walking through the mall, or like when you're out somewhere, they're giving away free samples. And I just hang on to those, and you can always refill them if you keep the bottle and refill them with your own personal perfume. But I like to just play with the stuff that I got, and I'll just spray it on at the beginning of the day. And if it's off by the end of the day, that's fine, because the mosquitoes come out at night, so I don't put it on at night.
No.
Something that I always forget to pack, but this is why I have this bag that I just keep in like my bags. I don't know. I do these little tricks with my mind to remember to pack stuff, but it's sunglasses. So I put all my sunglasses together like in a bag. I have different sunglasses for the pool and different sunglasses for just walking around, because remember with the pool, with the chlorine and everything, it's going to mess up your nice glasses. So I just use like those $5 Holler sunglasses. And that way, if the chlorine starts to like wear away at the thing, that's fine. And then I have my UV protection ones for like when I'm going out on an excursion, or for like the rest of the day. For me, I have this little tracker called Flow that I track my lady time. So I had my lady time on vacation. Keep that in mind. Pay attention to your cycles. For this trip, since I had the big bag, I did pack a few things that were just for pictures. Like I had this Dominican Republic hat, which I only used for like a photo. But most of the times I use this hat. This is one of those like SUV blocker, SUV. This is one of those UV blockers, so it blocks the sun when you're wearing it. So I always wear this in the pool, and this thing, I just washed it, and this is as wet as it is, because like I wear it all the time in the pool. So between the chlorine and, you know, my suntan lotion and everything, this is as wet as it's ever going to be again. But I love this hat because, as you guys can see, I don't have like a whole ton of hair, so don't want my scalp to burn, that's for sure. Talking about flip-flops, the thing that I forgot to do this trip was pack 2 flip-flops because these got really wet and they were squeaking. Like, I accidentally dropped them in the pool and it was just like game over, and it was just like if you know, you know. These were just squeaking the whole trip, and I didn't have another pair to like wear down to the pool, so I was just like squeaking when I would go to lunch. Yeah, that was a fun time. But I did have these sandals. They kind of went with anything, and those ended up being my best friend because at some point these started giving me a blister because they were so wet.
Oh no.
So I started wearing these and it was fine. I did have these sandals, but when your feet are wet, it's like I don't really want to wear these with wet feet, you know, because the one day it was raining also, so then these got wet again. I don't know. It is what it is. Just remember you're on an island most of the time for these all-inclusive vacations, or you're somewhere where it's going to rain. Like, I had one pair of sandals one trip that I had that was like a suede. They were ruined. Next up, something you might forget because it's so easy to forget when you're packing is all your accessories. I have a whole bunch of earrings in here. I just kind of keep them in this one bag. You can see in there. So it's earrings, I've got bracelets, I've got little rings, I've got little like toe rings and stuff like that that I only wear on vacation. And I'll just keep it in a bag as I buy it. So as I add new accessories to this bag, I'll keep it in here, and then I'll double check before I do my final pack just to make sure that stuff in here actually matches what I'm packing. So far I've been talking about stuff that I did use, starting to get deeper into my bag. So let's talk about stuff I didn't use at all. Do you have one of these things that's like for your shoes? Yeah, I didn't use that at all. I just ended up throwing everything in a plastic bag when I was repacking my suitcase. It all got just thrown in a bag, honestly. This was something I did end up using, which I didn't think I would, just in case I got cold. So it's just like a...
Hello there.
Like sheer shawl kind of thing. But I brought all like long dresses, so I was expecting to be like pretty warm. Like this is the orange one. You know, it's just like a real long thing. And that kept me pretty warm because at night it does drop a little bit, but it doesn't drop like crazy. In my mind, I was thinking it was going to be like freezing for some reason, probably because I was just coming from the cold. The few times I did wear this, it was only indoors because there was a little air conditioning. It was maybe like for 5 minutes during dinner. Then I started drinking and eating, and I didn't wear it because, you know, alcohol warms you up, and then also you're eating, so that warms you up. Then you're dancing all night. So this just got like thrown into a purse. It does just like crunch up, so you could just throw it in your purse, but that way you have it in case you get cold. I brought a lot of like mix and match stuff, where looking back, I brought enough mix and match stuff for like 10 days. We were only there for 7 days, and that was just one of my options. So like, just figure out what outfits, like line them up for every day of the week. And sometimes you want to wear the same outfit twice. Like I ended up wearing that orange dress twice because I just loved it so much. So I wasn't thinking about that when I was packing, you know what I mean? I mean, I wore this for like lunch one day just because I was like, oh, I brought it, so let's wear it, you know? And then this one I wore a couple times just because I liked how cute I wore in it. So then, you know, you wear 2 things twice, that's like 4 nights out of your 7 nights, and you're like, oh, I have all this other stuff in my bag, and it's really just taking up space. Like if you buy something specific for the trip, you're probably going to want to wear it more than once. The first time, honestly, that I wore this dress, we didn't even take any photos because we were just having so much fun dancing and all that stuff. So then the second night I was like, oh, I didn't even get any photos in that. So like, let's go wear this again and let's get some photos in it. Now this material I thought would be like real airy and light, but it's like a... I'm not really sure what it is, but it's like that, like synthetic kind of, you know, but I was just so hot in it. I couldn't even wear this. Like I put it on and I was like, this is too hot. And the other thing too, is when you're sweating, material like this, it just soaks up the sweat, where like something like this is a little more airy. So it doesn't really show as much. It's like a cottony kind of. I was sweating. It was just like circles of sweat everywhere. I was like, I'm changing. And it was the same with like this. I brought this like bodysuit. So I started to put this on, and even just putting this on, this was like all a darker color because I was sweating on my belly so much, and then my lower back also. So depending on your sweat areas, just keep that in mind when you're packing. I ended up wearing a lot of like midriff stuff. So like I would wear something like this and then have the skirt, you know, so that way it gave some space for like my back and my middle to like breathe a little bit. When you're in a humid area, you're going to sweat a lot. So wear clothes that don't show your sweat because it will show your sweat. I had this half bra and then I had like my regular bra, but honestly guys, I might have used them all, but I have small boobs. So like I just use those little pasty things and they just stick on and then you just throw them away. It's because it was so hot. I was nervous this was gonna like collect a lot of sweat here. And my friend was also wearing, there's like tape that you can buy to like boost them up and everything. Talking about bags, this is what we use for like our beach bag. Wow. So we just put it underneath our chair basically. But keep in mind, you're gonna need like something to bring down to the pool, something to bring to the beach. When you need like something small to bring at night. I had this like little bag that I would use and just make sure everything kind of matches, you know, like fashion, whatever. Oh, I had these sandals too. I forgot I had 2 pairs of sandals. Might have used them, might have not, I don't remember. And then for bikinis, the thing to remember is tan line. So I do the bandeau sometimes, and then I'll do like the, you know, shoulder. This one was just shoulder. And the nice thing with the tie at the top is you can kind of like adjust it. So if you're starting to get a tan line like this, you can like move it down like this or whatever. But I'm picky about tan lines, so I prefer the bandeau. But I also get tired of wearing that style all the time. Like if I'm going in the ocean, I need something more like this that's gonna stay on and I can really tie it tight versus the bandeau is just gonna pop out. You know what I mean? Just going over outfits in that way, you've got your bikini, then you need something to cover up the bikini. You know, like I just wore like shorts and a cute shirt kind of thing. Wow. Some people have like those long dresses and stuff like that, depending, but I get like chafing. So I like to wear shorts, which I think they're in the wash. A trick that I have is if you use deodorant, you could use deodorant and just put it on your thighs, like in between your thighs, and it'll prevent the chafing. And same with here on my arms. Sometimes when I get really sweaty, it'll start like chafing on my body. So if you just put deodorant here and here, that will kind of stop the chafing from happening. Like once you put it on once, it's probably going to be enough, but you could always put some in your bag. But usually when I do it once for the day, I'm good. And then I'll do it again at night and I'll be good. And then of course, you're going to think of excursions. If you're taking an excursion, you're going to need clothes that are not going to fly off. So something like this is a little flimsy versus, you know, wearing a t-shirt and shorts for an excursion where you're bouncing around on like a speedboat or like on one of those dune buggy things. And then of course, dinner outfits. A lot of places have dress codes. So just keep that in mind when you're at an all-inclusive, because for example, the buffets are okay with like swim attire because a lot of them are probably next to the pool. But when you go to the a la cartes and the dinner places, you're going to need to dress up in resort wear, they call it, which is different for each resort. But mostly with girls, you can get away with just wearing a dress, but you won't be able to wear like flip-flops. It would have to be more like a sandal is considered. So just read what the resort wear is for that resort you're going to. All right, we're getting to the bottom of the bag here. So straightener, what was I even thinking with this? I did not use this at all. The humidity, even if you try to straighten your hair, it's just gonna fluff right out. So figure out what works for you if you want to put it in braids or put it in ponytail or like whatever you want, but straightening it, it's gonna fluff out. Especially with my hair, it's like fatality. Thin, you know, so it just was a fluffy mess, or it looked like that like Kim Kardashian like slick back look. So it's either going to be one or the other. Good luck to you. I bring baby powder and that helps kind of keep it from sticking to my scalp because it soaks up like the humidity a little bit. Then I also bring an umbrella. You've seen probably some of my videos in the past where it starts pouring rain on you. So sometimes I'll bring this in my purse just to have it for dinner time, because there's nothing worse than like being soaking wet and sitting and trying to eat dinner in the cold, because there's usually air conditioning in the dinner places. So maybe bring like a little umbrella that fits in your purse. I didn't use the adapter for this trip. They had plenty of like regular outlets for my stuff. Something I did use a lot, which was funny, was like a koozie. I brought one for me and my friend. So we were using koozies to keep our drinks cold, because in that heat, they get hot so fast. Or they have those like steel cups that you can either buy here or you could buy while you're at the resort and use it as your souvenir, because especially when you're drinking beer, the beer gets like warm so fast in that heat, and any frozen drink that you have is going to be frozen for like 5 minutes and it's all going to just be melted. If you are planning on drinking a lot, I would really suggest getting one of those. Another little thing people always forget about is like Q-tips. I always bring Q-tips because I'm always getting like water in my ears. You never know if your luggage is going to get lost or anything, so I suggest bringing a backpack. Just have like shorts, a t-shirt, a bikini. If it's your lady time stuff, but anything that you're gonna need for sure. That way you at least have one outfit and you're not gonna be miserable until you get your luggage back or you buy something else to wear. Maybe your flip-flops in here too. I just always have at least one tropical outfit, so you'll be able to get into the buffets just fine. Another thing that everybody always forgets is a razor, because you're gonna have to do those little, like, you know, cleanups here and there throughout your trip. So don't forget your razor. And that's about it, I think. If you have any questions about what you should or shouldn't pack, feel free to leave a comment below. If you want more tips about all-inclusive vacations, make sure you hit that subscribe and hit that like, because I am bringing you all-inclusive tips all month. And I have some other videos on how I like to pack. I basically kind of start with a pile and work down throughout the week. You can check out that video here. And otherwise, I talk budget travel all the time, Vegas, New York, all sorts of things. So check out my channel and I will see you in the next video.